Yo, what's happening, guys? Okay, so welcome to the third episode of Just Crypto Projections. Today we're going to be looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano. Been an interesting move by Cardano. If you noticed from the previous streams, I've been talking about this bad boy getting ready to break out of the zone, and she did exactly just that. So let's check it out. Yo, what's good? Okay, cool. So let's get straight to it. All right, so last night, everyone was panicking. They were going crazy about Ethereum and Bitcoin's move. I mean, let's just look at Bitcoin itself. This is the 15-minute time frame. Let me bring it down to the hourly. I mean, people were going crazy like, oh, that's it. You know, Bitcoin's going to go down to zero. I mean, okay, come on. Like, you know, let's just really understand exactly what is going on with. Hold on a sec, man. I keep getting disturbed by this. Okay, cool. Let's carry on. So, yeah, look, I mean, when I'm seeing price dropping, okay, so viciously, all I can smell is market maker behavior. You know, we all know that when market makers need to get prices down to certain lows, it's because they want to buy at those points. All right. We're operating near the highs, guys. You know, market makers are not about buying at the highs. They don't do that. That's what the retail traders do. That's what the dumb money does. Remember, there's two types of money in this game, smart money and dumb money. All right. Which side are you on? You know, are you the guy that's going to go short? Granted, you probably made a few pennies or so going short, you know, but we want to improve the chances of our success rate in our trades, you know, so we follow the market maker. All right. So looking at Bitcoin's behavior right now, there's nothing happening. She's forming the zone, the W formation that you can see right here. Drop, rise, drop. Although the previous leg is shorter than the second leg. OK, still a valid W formation. Why? Because price reversed instantly back into the zone and she went and even formed another W. So you can see a pattern within a pattern. So there's no confirmation for Bitcoin to, you know, to go long or short, regardless of what happens. We wait for confirmation. The confirmation for us is price needs to break above the 50-day moving average, test out, retrace, continuation to the upside. That's what we're looking for. All right. Let me bring it down to the 15-minute time frame so you can look clearly at what's going on across the board there. So here we go. Right. You can see, look at this. Vector candle, formation, green candle vector, always recovers back to the previous zone. Why? Because market makers got longs at lower prices and then they ended up closing them higher at a later point. All right. That's how it works, guys. You know, they obviously have interest in sending price higher. So my next projection point for Bitcoin will be the 58,532. That's where I project it to go based on the fact that Bitcoin now needs to break above the 200-day on the 15-minute time frame. It needs to break out of it, retrace, then continuation to the upside and take out the M3 zone. Once it hits the M3 zone, it will break from that point, retrace again, and continue back up to the 58,532. I'm still projecting Bitcoin back up to 61,077. Okay, and potentially hit the 70K. All right, so that's my projection on Bitcoin. A number of things have to happen before that plays out. You know, I'm not going to say to you it's going to go to 60, for example, and that's it, you know, and hope that you believe what I have to say. I'm giving you a breakdown of certain factors that need to come into play. Price needs to stay above this zone. If it breaks down below this area, it invalidates the pattern, and we then look for another pattern formation. If it goes down lower, then we then need to consider what pattern are we looking at in that instance. So hypothetically, if we are considering Bitcoin to go down lower, I mean, if you look at the cycle, you've got an M formation there, drop, rise, level 1, drop, level 2, peak formation. That's what we know about the cycle. All right. But the pattern is formed at the moving averages. Look, they're coming together. You know, when they contract together, we are waiting for a move either way. But from what price is doing right now, it's showing me that they are holding this zone. They want to keep price higher. If you pay attention to here as well, what do you see? You see stopping volume. Yep. Stopping volume. Pins to the low, pin to the low, pin to the low, pin to the low. They're working the lows. Why? Because they're trapping up all the short sellers. Granted, it could actually pull back and go down even lower. We won't know. But all we know is right now, price is holding this zone. So we make our judgment on that. Price has to break above the 200-day and the 50-day for us to grant any possible entry point. Okay, so till then, we're sitting tight, guys. We are pattern watchers. All right, let's look at Ethereum. I mean, Ethereum is behaving very well. Okay, she's now showing me some interesting behavior. You've got the two major pins to the lows. You've got the railroad tracks. Railroad tracks, let me bring up the hourly. Railroad tracks are effectively candlesticks that have the same bottom and the same high, for example. In this instance, we're looking at the same lows. Okay, so right there, look, railroad tracks, near enough exactly the same. Massive pin to the low, pin to the low. Okay, you've got 3 sets of pins to the low. Okay, so what are we waiting for? Likewise with Bitcoin, we need Ethereum to break above the 50-day. Look, she tried it today. Okay, but market makers may have an interest in sending price lower because you can see a potential M pattern as well. Okay, so we're caught in this battle between the market makers. Hypothetically, if Ethereum were to break out of this zone, she would come up. Okay, she would come up, break out. Okay, retrace, continuation to the upside. So there'll be there'll be a lot of time for you to determine whether or not you make an entry on that pattern solely. Okay, and this is not financial advice, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm just giving you a projection. You know, like the rest of all the other channels out there, just throwing out price predictions with no valid claim to it. You know, nothing for you to say, right, let me make a not a statistical, but let me make a logical decision based on a number of factors. What are we looking at? Where's the moving averages? Where is price right now? What vector candles are in play? Are we working the lows? Or are we working the highs? What pattern can we see? Based on those factors that all come together, okay, you're only going to be left with one decision. When it breaks out of the zone, what are you left to do? Either buy or sell. Okay. Back again with the fact that if this zone does hold, then we should be looking to see higher ground, which would be this zone right here, the 1878 zone. However, if price breaks down, it would need to stay in this region here for the pattern to remain. If it doesn't and it breaks lower, we could be seeing another pattern form at the 800-day EMA. But remember, it was Hong Kong that responded last night. And what are we tomorrow? You know, what day is it tomorrow? Let's work it out. What day is tomorrow? We know it's Wednesday, midweek reversal. They've been holding the zone. How can Hong Kong sell off so much and then the UK steps in and nothing happens? Look, they haven't done anything today. They've just held the zone. All right. So it's really important that you guys understand that. We got Wednesday reversal. What are they going to be doing? Bringing it back to the zone. This is the psychological high. You guys hear me talk about it all the time. Psychological high, psychological low. That's where the market makers form the basis of their spread at the start of the week. Why does it look like it's going to be coming back? Which is why I hold my projections 1946, okay, and 1831, because it's going to be coming back into that zone unless something drastic happens in the market and it completely collapses, okay? So as long as it stays above this zone here, happy days to the upside. That's my projection for Ethereum. Now, ADA. Now, if you go through the previous streams, you would have noticed that everyone throwing out their coins, they all wanted ADA at that one moment, okay? And that's exactly what I did. I explained to them in the first projection that ADA will return to recover these pink line zones, and she did exactly as projected. Okay, why? Because these are the zones where the market makers get their longs at lower prices and close them at a higher point later on. Look what's happened. She's formed a W formation, hit the 800-day EMA once, twice, 3 times. What do we know? 3 pins to the low. Let's get in and out. That's how it works, you know? And look what's happened. ADA, notable volume coming in. Market makers shift in the zone, shift candle, step in, 1, 2, 3, out they come. I mean, that is just despicable how it played out, you know? So look, guys, we can do these projections all day, every day. All right. We ain't going to be giving you we ain't giving you predictions ever. You know, I'm not just going to say ADA is going to go to this price. My projection for ADA is 150. I've been calling it all week. And all the past streams, I'm losing my words, man. All the previous streams that we look at ADA, call out 150 every single time. 150 is the next point of interest for me. That's where I'm looking at, because 150 is the previous zone that market makers started to sell off. Started to move price down to get longs at lower prices. Okay. So that's exactly what we're looking for, guys. All right. I'm making it pretty much short and sweet for you. We're going to be going live tonight. We're going to go through a lot of stuff tonight in the live. We're going to go through a lot of concepts again. We're going to talk more about the moving averages. All right. But more importantly, guys, be ready because, we are at midweek reversal. Hong Kong may switch it up for us. So we've got to be ready. All right. So kept it short and sweet for you guys. No procrastinating right here. We're talking about projections. I give you the zones, tell you where it's likely going to go. As long as it plays out, it's all going to be happy days. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe. It's just a necessary requirement for all new channels coming out and growing. So much love to all of you. See you at the live tonight.